Well, hello to all my Oscar gold diggers out there. My name is EJ and welcome to Flickering Myth. On this video, we have a lot ahead of us. We will be breaking down the Oscar nominations that just dropped this morning. Whoa, there is surprises, there's not so shocking moments, there's movies that I still have to pretend that are good that I absolutely did not like this year. Goodness, we have a lot to get into. Oh my, what do you guys think? I want you guys to make sure you're subscribing, sharing those comments, and giving me those thumbs up, because this is going to be one hell of a video where you guys are getting sassy EJ discussing movies from last year that I thought I already voted for the Critics' Choice, so we already had that awards. My awards are done. Now we head to the Oscars. Let's get into it right now. Oscar morning is upon us, and we have no time to waste. I want to get into these Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress. We are going to talk about cinematography, directing. We'll have the acting categories. We'll have briefly the screenplay categories. I'm not going to spend all this morning because there are some major ones we need to get into. I'm going to refer to my notes as we discuss Best Actor in a Supporting Role. Sterling K. Brown, Robert De Niro, Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Gosling, and Mark Ruffalo. The biggest snub here, Charles Melton for May December, Willem Dafoe for Poor Things. Mark Ruffalo gets a lot of the love in that movie, but for me that is Willem Dafoe's just another masterwork in one of the best actors we have living with Willem Dafoe. He should be getting Oscar nominations every year. Why is he not the male Meryl Streep? I do not know to this day, but this is a pretty solid lineup. I love Sterling K. Brown. Would I have picked Charles Melton over Sterling K. Brown? Absolutely, but I know Sterling K. Brown through this awards vibe. He is going to hustle those awards room. He is a well-respected actor, and honestly, an Oscar nomination is great. I personally would have took out De Niro. If I had to take out one human being, I would have took out De Niro, and that's just because he's Robert De Niro. He has the nominations, he has the legacy, he's good in this movie. Robert Downey Jr. will most likely win this, especially if Charles Melton is not here. I have no stake in this game. Ryan Gosling is amazing as Ken in Barbie. He was never going to win the Oscar, so Robert Downey Jr. will most likely win here. He'll give another great speech. Is it my favorite RDJ performance? No, but at least he's not in superhero movies anymore, so I might be one of those people who are like, let's just keep giving him awards so he stays away from Marvel. That might be the best bet. So supporting actor, I'm going to put, it's pretty obvious, it's going to be Robert Downey Jr. So we have Best Supporting Actress. This is where I have some feelings. Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer. We have Danielle Brooks, The Color Purple. America Ferrera for Barbie. Okay. Jodie Foster, Naiad. As much as some people will be shocked by that, she was on my ballot at the Critics' Choice. And we have Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. Divine? Probably. Danielle Brooks is one of the best performances of the year, and I will not just ignore her great work that she did in The Color Purple. It seems like everyone else is. It seems like The Color Purple just got ignored this whole award season. I don't know. Was it the drama? Was it all that? Who knows? I just don't understand why. But it's not like we're missing black film. You know, we have American Fiction. We had roles here. Rustin. Coleman Domingo, we will get to you in a second. So yeah, this is overall a solid lineup. I love Jodie Foster here. I think she is a legacy winner. She could win, much like Jamie Lee Curtis came in and snatched that last year. But obviously, if you follow this award season, it's Divine Joy Randolph. The Holdovers is not one of my favorites. It's one of those movies. There's two movies this year that I'm like, I did not like at all, and I do not want to pretend like they're good. It's The Holdovers, and there's another one we'll talk about in one moment. But yeah, Giamatti's fine, Divine's great, that Sasso kid, amazing. He's the one who I would have nominated if anyone out of this. Overall, a pretty interesting lineup, so let's get up to those screenplay ones. Best Writing Adapted Screenplay, American Fiction, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. The Zone of Interest I do not think is a good movie. I think it's the absence of a movie. I think it's one of those, we talk about woke films, that puts its messaging and its real wanting to say something over anything, over a fun, not fun, but over like a gripping story, over something compelling. Sandra Huller's great, but I would rather watch her in Anatomy of a Fall. This one is just the movie of the year I am not getting, I'm not vibing with, but it's not for me to enjoy. Barbie here, yay. No Killers of the Flower Moon, though. That was the most shocking, but that screenplay got a lot of flack for the upping of Leonardo DiCaprio, giving Lily Gladstone absolutely nothing. In some eyes, I think that movie is weighted out as it needs to be. It's good. I'm going to put Oppenheimer here. I think we're in an Oppie, as Barbenheimer ruled 2023, I think Barbenheimer is going to be a big deal here, but it's going to be Oppenheimer in this battle. So, original screenplay, Anatomy of a Fall. I was hesitant on watching that one after I did not like Zone of Interest. I was like, oh, the foreign movies this year. Really liked Anatomy of the Fall. Wish I would have seen that a little bit earlier. The Holdovers, Maestro, May, December, and Past Lives. I love Maestro. I rang the bell of Maestro multiple times. I think it's good. But May, December. I have interviewed the cast and crew for that. I have spent time with May, December. Sammy Birch's script is one of the most interesting, one of the most thought-provoking, one of the most original screenplays I have seen in quite some time, and she should be awarded for the wonder that is May, December. Maestro is great, though. Like I said, love it very much. The Holdovers, Anatomy, Past Lives, these are all pretty good screenplays. Past Lives is not one of my favorite movies, but it's not in my, what the hell category. You should have seen me cussing up a storm. My partner was just like, did one of the animals get loose? And I'm like, no, just angry Zone of Interest is here. So yeah, no, I definitely think these are really good things. Past Lives. This one is a tough category, but I'm going to personally put May, December. It probably will likely go to, though, Anatomy of the Fall. Now, there's a lot of categories I'm not going to get into. Best Song, yay, Diane Warren's here for 552nd time. Maybe this time, but no, Billie Eilish is here to snatch up another Oscar. Billie Eilish is my pick for song. We have things like, Godzilla -1 made it into Best Visual Effects. Didn't make it into the Best Foreign Language Film, but Japan already sent in their movie. Honestly, Godzilla could have done really well there as well, but yay, Godzilla is in VFX with the creator. The movie's bad, but hey, the creator actually has really good VFX. What I want to dive into now is cinematography and directing. We have El Condi, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Poor Things, and Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer will mostly walk away with cinematography. It looks great. It looks great. It's actually one of Nolan's only movies that I feel has less of a sterile look. Usually I find his movies cold and distant. All of them. From Dark Knight to this one, Batman Begins is the only of his Batman movies that I find Nolan had some swag with it. But yeah, overall, I think cinematography, it's probably going to go to Oppenheimer. I think Maestro looks amazing, though. So best directing, Jonathan Glazer, Yorgos Lanthimos, Christopher Nolan, Martin Scorsese, and Justine Tourette. Justine from Anatomy of a Fall. Yes, is it shocking not to see Greta Gerwig here? She has the prestige with the Academy. She has the love. I mean, Barbie obviously was not ignored. It's not like the Academy hated the film. But why did she not make it here? That's going to probably be 35,000 think pieces for this Tuesday. Oh my goodness, why was Barbie? Do they not more than one woman? Yeah, that's an issue. They usually do just default towards one woman. Justine directed a bit better of a film. I think Barbie is an amazing movie. I had a blasty blast with it. I think it's well directed. If they were going to have to unfortunately just pick one woman, Justine was probably the more prestige choice, which is not bad. Jonathan Glazer for Zone of Interest. Yorgos, I love Yorgos Lanthimos, and I love that Yorgos is well-liked within the Academy. One of the strangest directors. He's almost like a prestige version of a John Waters making it here. He's so filthy, so weird, so original, but he keeps getting these awards, so yay for Yorgos. It's most likely going to be Christopher Nolan's time. Long overdue? Cannot believe it. This might be Nolan's chance at the Oscar. His one, I cannot believe his one and only, most likely. Who knows what happens after Oppenheimer. But, he's never won it up until this point. Memento, Prestige, The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight? I know 2009 was a hard year, but, I can't believe it didn't win that year for the 2008 season. It's Nolan. It could be Marty. It could be little cute old man Martin Scorsese, but I'm going to put my eggs in the Christopher Nolan basket, which I normally would never do at the Oscars for Best Picture, but I am going to this year. Oh my goodness. Ooh, hey, sorry if this looks different. This is editing EJ coming back to say I almost forgot to do my main acting categories. I was just so pumped to get to Best Picture. Let's get into them now. Best Actor, Bradley Cooper, Coleman Domingo, Paul Giamatti, Cillian Murphy, and Jeffrey Wright. Love seeing Coleman Domingo here. One of my favorite working actors. Like, just how much I love Willem Dafoe, and I think he's one of the best we have. Coleman Domingo, oh, so good. Do I love Rustin, though? Do I love Rustin's performance? Like, it's not a top tier. I personally would put Bradley Cooper here. He has been ignored this entire awards season. I think his work there is great. I don't like the Holdovers, so Paul Giamatti would win, for me, a legacy one, but Cillian Murphy has been great this award season, and let's give it to the Oppie boys let's just give it Nolan, Cillian, and Robert Downey Jr. Let's let the Oppenheimer boys enjoy their time in the sun. I don't know. This one's hard. I personally cannot see anyone acting less than what I think Bradley Cooper delivered. I think he is capital A acting, and that's not an insult. I just think he's a great performer here. Let's go over to lead actress. Annette Bening Nyad. Some people are going to be pressed about this. Would I've loved to see Fantasia in this role as well. Tiana Taylor, there's a lot of people I could have put here, but I actually really like Nyad. I think that movie is like a parent movie. You know how we call things dad movies, dad TV and all that? Nyad's a mom movie. My mom loved it, and honestly, I did too. Lily Gladstone, the second, I believe, Indigenous woman to be nominated. Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall. Carey Mulligan, love her. And Emma Stone, Poor Things. It's between Lily Gladstone and Emma. It's been there since this entire awards season has began. But I would go for Lily Gladstone. I think her work is great. A lot of people say she disappears in that movie. Sorry, I think she's just bound to a bed. And that woman is sick acting better than most of these people can regular act. I don't know. She's great. But Emma Stone, I mean, 2-time winner now, this and La La Land? Ooh, that would be pretty crazy for Emma. 2-time winner, much like Billie Eilish, would probably be here as well. Wow, this could be a good award show for people getting their pat on the back. Where's Bradley's pat on the back? I love Carey Mulligan from Maestro. She's not going to get it. Annette Bening could really come snatch all of y'all real quick as well. But I'm going to say it's going to be Emma Stone. I would love Lily Gladstone. Hell, we haven't had one since what? Barbara and Katharine Hepburn? Let's do a tie. Lily Gladstone and Emma Stone, you both win. Yay, I would love that. That would be my dream Oscar scenario. What do you guys think? Now let's get back into the regular filmed video and let's go to Best Picture. Now lastly, our big category, Best Picture. There is quite a few nominees here. No one too shocking. Would I've loved to see Saltburn, All of Us Strangers, still not my favorite, Passages, Across the Spider-Verse. I would love to see animated films leave the animated film category. Across the Spider-Verse, hell, even The Boy and the Heron, not one of my favorites, but that could have been a Best Picture nomination. Why are we ignoring it? Like, Toy Story 3, it's really the last time we're going to really give it that oomph. Anyways, here is Best Pictures for this year's Oscars. American Fiction, pretty great. Anatomy of a Fall, not bad. Barbie, I already said my piece about Barbie. The Holdovers, meh. Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. Would I have swapped The Zone of Interest with literally any other movie? Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to be that mean to Zone of Interest, but honestly, I would have put Across the Spider-Verse there. I think Zone of Interest got its love across the board. Across the Spider-Verse, to me, is a better film. It has more weight to it. I know people are going to be, I just find, I can get into my Zone of Interest stuff in a separate video if you ever want to see me talk about like how this feels very on nose with certain liberal politics that are happening in real world and ignore, there's a lot of Zone of Interest that I don't agree with. Anatomy of a Fall is so cool to see here. Love seeing foreign language films. I really feel like Parasite kicked down that door and will never really go back to the old days. There's always going to be at least one foreign language film that makes it to Best Picture now, and that's really impressive to see. It's most likely going to be, I had Barbie in a prediction video on Flickering Myth not too long ago. It could be Oppenheimer. For me, it's a lot of the times going to be Barbie, Oppenheimer, and maybe The Zone of Interest, since it seems like the Academy does like that film, and it's political in an era where a lot of people in Hollywood are wanting to be political. Sure, maybe. I would definitely roll my eyes and think this is one of the worst winners since Nomadland. Anyways, Oppenheimer would be great, though. I think Christopher Nolan, it's like he had to pay his dues, and he's goddamn Christopher Nolan, so he's paid his dues. He's gotten his award show where he has to go, oh, I didn't win this year. Give it to Oppie, give it to Nolan. I don't know. I don't know. This one's hard. Best Picture's hard because I like American Fiction. I love Maestro. Poor Things is amazing. Is it a Best Picture contender? I don't know. Could be the weirdest Best Picture that we've had since Shape of Water. I have no idea, but what are you guys thinking of this Best Picture lineup? Pretty jam-packed. 2023, as much as I've dissed some of these movies here, 2023 has had some amazing films, some memorable movies. Like, what I look for in a year for like this with this Academy is Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, American Fiction. These movies will live on beyond this award season. I don't see the Holdovers or Past Lives or Zone of Interest really existing outside of this awards conversation. It's going to come and go. Things like Barbie, things like Killers of the Flower Moon, things like Oppenheimer will be with pop culture, will be with cinema fans for a long time. That, to me, is a Best Picture winner. That's why a lot of people don't like Coda. What the hell was Coda? I like that movie, but what the hell was that? We need a movie that sticks with us through time. Things like Parasite, things like Titanic, The Lord of the Rings. You know what I mean? There's so many. That's why I think The Dark Knight should have won. Sometimes it's the movie that makes us feel the most happy to be at the movies. Oppenheimer and Barbie did that for a lot of people. Well, guys, that is it for my breakdown of this year's Academy Awards nominations. What do you think of these noms? What did you think of this reaction video? Share your thoughts down in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Subscribe, all that jazz. Comment. I want to talk with you guys as we head into this year's Oscars. Share your thoughts down below, all that, and let's talk about the Oscars. Down there.